I want to inspire awe. I want to inspire you to have a desire and hope for a better future. You know, hummingbird feathers, opals, soap bubbles, that's all structural color. If you took that little green beetle shell, you know, remember as a kid you go, wow, that's cool. If, you know, I tell ladies, you know, like if you took that and you say, I want to make fingernail polish, you grind that up, there's no green in it. It's a diffraction of light. If you look, really what I'm doing is I'm using these shading grays and these blacks to accentuate what's already in the contour of the metal. All this has to do with how light rays track across a curve, so you get this sense of depth. For me, it's like I'm looking to evoke that part of your brain that our ancestors, we're the survivors of the ancestors that saw the movement in the weeds. And if I can evoke you in to keep looking for something without giving you something to satisfy that, that's fun for me. Lasers are 70s. You know, this is our generation, never before done in human history. This is new. Nobody's done this before. It's never been possible. If you think about it, hologram, nobody's trying to go large. If we can do something where it just really tastefully shows the art of the future, shows potential, shows possibilities, then I think you're, you know, I mean, you guys are not representing Silicon Valley, but in essence you are. The world looks at this, and this really should be a statement of where we can go. We're in a symbol business, you know. This is to inspire people to reach, you know, to look for something new. It's got to come in, it's got to slip in under the radar. It's got to affect people without being hammered. Like if you walk an art show, booth after booth, you go, okay, landscapes, watercolors, you know, seeing that. As soon as you can label it, part of your brain can say, okay, I know what that is. I like to try to create something that will at least give, people have to take a few seconds more to go, wait a minute, what am I looking at? If I can arrest their attention, then I've actually gotten them off that loop. You know, it's got to be interesting. There's got to be enough elements that keeps you engaged, but I don't want to make an easy answer. Because these are structural panels, they don't have to be vertical, horizontal rectangles. Yeah. We can shape this any way we want. And you know, the inside of the fuselage is going to have these curves. You know, over and over again, confront people, what am I looking at? You know, is this the wall or is this the art, or, you know, blur the boundaries. Rather than having coined a new term, it's mixed media work on aluminum. In my case, everything I do is on honeycomb aluminum panels. This in itself is like aluminum foil. It has no real strength. But when you sandwich the cord between two sheets, that's when you get strength. You get 300 pounds per square inch. You can walk on this. The combination of this literally aluminum foil core, the adhesive, and the two sheets, the stuff is very lightweight and very rigid. You know, it's the core of all aerospace. There's a place where I start talking about this stuff and I kind of drop off because I don't know what I'm talking about. And it's also easy for it to sound like such bullshit, but there's something here that I can show you that will make it real for you. If you get at the right angle where there's a beam that appears, and again, this is going to be
right here, like
I said, because it's all about the relationship of your eyes, that light, and these nanoparticles. So you're seeing something different from what I'm seeing over here because I've got a different angle. It's building artwork optically instead of building it, and certainly there's pigment involved, but fundamental, it's paying attention to the optics. These are all thin films, and they are refracting light at different parts of the wavelength, right? Spectrum, and because I stress them, I do things to make them more random and more interesting than right off the roll. You can see that where this one where it's golden on reflected color, the transmission color, this is pinks and purples. And so if we're doing inside where we got control over lights, I can do ceilings, walls that when they're front lit, when it's reflected light, one range of color. When it's backlit, that very almost metallic like copper.
So that could be very interesting because especially if we do have music or lights going, to have that just sudden change in color would be incredible.